Here are the best Cypher traps and plays that you can make with him on the map Lotus to make your enemies hate their lives. Let's get into the video so I'll show it to you. Alright, so for the first camera that is the best on A side, you're gonna go in front of this wall, make yourself line up with this line here, and then move your camera as high as you can until it becomes red. Then go down a little so it becomes blue again, jump and place your camera. So as you can see, your camera becomes a little hidden because of the leaves, and you can gain early information with this camera to give your team or you do any plays with it. Alright, so for the next set of cameras, we're gonna go on top here and then go as forward as possible. First camera is that we're gonna place it on this flower here. You don't need to jump, just casually place it, and then after that you will have vision on both tree and door, and also aim in at the same time. Then after that, the next camera we're gonna use is that we're gonna place it on these green leaves here. So you jump and place it so it goes as high as possible, and again it gives you both information for aiming and tree. However, it's a little later information. However, your camera is even more difficult to get destroyed. Then you can also place it on these yellow leaves or orange leaves as well, so you have a little bit more vision, but your camera is a little easier to see. So if you want to fix that, you place it a tiny bit more to the left, you jump and place it so it goes behind the leaves, and that way, as you can see, it's very difficult for enemies to spot this camera, and you can have an easier time catching your enemies off guard. Alright, next cam is that if you want to have early vision on door and also aim in at the same time, you're gonna go in front of this line here. Then you're gonna make yourself look at this wall here. Well, your camera becomes this shape, you jump and try to place it at the highest possible. Then as you can see, you have early vision to door and also aim in at the same time. Alright, for our first setup on A site, we're gonna have a very casual trap just like this behind the box. Next trap we're gonna do also here, very casual again. And then just like that, the reason why this trap is good because this wall is wallbangable. We're gonna abuse this wallbang for ourselves. For our cage, first cage, we go next to this tree, aim at the end of this branch here, then go down a tiny bit more and throw your cage. So it gets just like that, and then it becomes a one-way. As of your second cage, you're gonna go toward this shadow, aim at the bottom of it and keep going down until you meet with this big rock, and then throw your second cage there. We're gonna play on stairs here into A, so if the enemy is going the first trap, you're gonna pop the first cage and then easily catch the first kill for yourself. However, if the enemies are pushing you, you're gonna pop the one way and then start killing them, or if they're going your second trap, you're gonna start wallbanging them and get that easy kills for yourself. Alright, for our second setup onto the A side, we're gonna first use a trap, very simple, just like this. You don't have to do anything special about it. Then we go toward this dark line here, and that will be for our one-way position. We put our crosshair at the top of this rock and go to the right until it meets here, and then just throw the cage casually so it becomes a one-way. And then our second trap is for the door. Again, pretty simple, nothing special about it. However, for our cage, we see this plus sign here. We're gonna aim at the middle of it, so then we just use our cage there. Pretty simple as well, so it will make the trap become hidden, so it is more difficult for enemies to spot it. Then if they come from aiming and they go in the trap, you just pop the one way and go for the kills. Pretty simple. You can also play this setup from back of site as well. You don't have to play in the middle of the site. And also if they come from the door, you pop the cage and get that easy juicy kill for yourself. For our third setup on A side, we're gonna use a trap just like this. Pretty simple. Low if the enemy doesn't have a raise, or high if they have. And then on the other side too, again, low if the enemy doesn't have a raise, or high if they have. Then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go on up here for our cages. First cage we're gonna use is on this plus sign here. We're gonna just throw it very casually just like that. And our second cage is a one-way where we go next to this blue box and put our crosshair on the left of this dark mark. After that, we're gonna put our right side of the hut on this middle of the lines here, and then we just throw the cage. Pretty simple, and that becomes a one-way for the left side. If enemy goes on the left trap, you can start wallbanging them to get that kill. If they push you further, you can pop the one-way to also get that kill for yourself. Or if they come from the right side, you can abuse the fact that you can see from above and kill the enemies. Or if you're playing more passively, you can just use it for a cover to get the kill. Our last setup on A is going to be a very broken one-way and heavy door control. We're gonna go next to this wall here, and then you're gonna put the bottom right of the green bar of your ultimate on top of this, just like that. and then throw your cage. So it goes and lands just like that on top of the doorway. So it becomes a one-way for you. Immediately after you throw the cage, you're gonna do this trap, and this trap is really good because the door opening is going to make it a little invisible. Then if it gets open, you can pop the one-way and easily get the kill for yourself. Or you can also use the one-way in a way to go for that long-range fight. So you pop the one-way and then you can go for a fight like that, or even fight to the enemy's barriers. So it's a very good setup. Now let's get into the B side. For the B side, we're gonna start with the best cams on B first. As you can see here, we can use our first camera on top of the link, so we can get early information on B main and also link at the same time, or use it on top of the B main entrance, so you can get that much earlier information for link, or much more difficult camera to be broken if they come from B main. For our first setup, we're gonna start with a very normal setup where we just place a trap very casually here, or just place it just like this here, so it goes like that and the enemy won't be able to destroy one of the ends of it, and it's more difficult for them to break it. Second trap we're gonna use for link, where we place it just like this, pretty simple as well, or you can place it more closer to yourself, but I recommend to place it just like that here, so you can also engage on enemies if you're playing onto the B side. Alright, our second trap on B is a little crazy and also laughable because it's so weird, but it does work. So first trap is that you aim at the bottom left of a circle just like that, so it goes on the entrance of B main, pretty simple like that, so if they go from the right side it catches them. Or you can use it on the left side of the human hoodie statue, so it goes like that. You can use either of these, it's your choice. And then as you can see, bottom left of the circle and the left hoodie there. And then as of your second trap is actually on the right side of the hoodie, so this one is a little difficult to get the hang of it, but once you get it down, it's actually a very nice trap. So it should go in front of the box, so a little bit more just like that. And then as you can see, if enemies go to try to plant on that spot, they get caught off guard by this trap, and it's a very nice one to catch people and get that easy kill for yourself, as that's a very common plant spot. As your cage, you're gonna place one very simple at the very edge here, so this cage allows you to go for very good off-angle peeks and also gives you a very good cover. You can also use it to drop on the middle of the side to surprise enemies when they don't expect it at all. So if I use it again just like that, I can drop onto the side and then suddenly surprise pick enemies from the left side. So this setup does work a lot, trust me, and use it. And then also if you want to go for a more passive style, you can just use a cage like this and then go for a cover and get that kill for yourself. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the B side. It's not a really crazy side, so the traps are a bit simple, or otherwise if you want to go crazy with those traps that I showed you just now, you can go for it. It does work. But now let's get into the C side, which is one of the best Cypher sites on Lotus. Alright, for the C side, we're gonna start with the best cams on C first. As you can see right now, the best cam on C is to just place it next to this flower here, jump and place it. It gives you a very good vision, and it's also very difficult for enemies to break it. Our second cam is a little buggy. I'm not sure if it will be fixed or not, but you're gonna stay on top here, and then there's this invisible wall here that you can place your camera on. After you place it, this gives you a little more earlier vision than the first camera, so you can use this to your advantage. Our third cam is a very passive cam that you can use for late information, so enemies won't break it as easily, and also it's very good for post plant because you can see stairs and aim in at the same time. For seaside traps, we're not going to use this casual one because it mostly gets broken. So we're going to use these flowers on the water to place our trap, as they give us a lot of good options that we can use. First one was that one. Second one is going to be just like this in a little bit, as I'm struggling. So there we go. Just like that. It's very difficult for enemies to spot it and catches them off guard. Or you can use this flower here to place one for stairs, just like that. Or also just use it straight toward main as well, just like that. So you can use these flowers a lot to find good traps for yourself. You can also use it to find it for more closer to a stair cover. Or you can also go and use the box here. So you place a trap for stairs route, or you can also place it more closer to yourself so you can abuse that wall bang, or also go for an easier pick, or just use a very casual one just like that. All right, for seaside Oneways, we're gonna first go to here, and then you're gonna put your cursor on top of this branch just like that, and then throw your cage, so it becomes a very easy one way for yourself. And as of your second one way, you're gonna go and put your cursor on the left side of this wall, and then put the left side of the line between your trap and cage on the under of this dark line, and then just throw your cage. Pretty simple, just like that, so it becomes a very easy one way. You can either use it from above to just catch people off guard like that, or it's better to play from stairs and use the first one way to catch people off guard and get that kill for yourself, or if you play more passively, use the second cage to get that easy kill. And these cages are just broken, make sure to abuse them. Alright, our next setup is a very passive setup which requires a one way that we stand in this corner, then aim at the top left of this orange thing on the wall, and then throw your cage. If it misses just like how I did, aim a little lower and then it gets stuck on top of the pillar just like that. Then what we're gonna play is that we're gonna go into a spawn and play on top of the rock. This setup is very good with that camera passive that I told you. If you pop this one way, you can easily see the enemies and they won't be able to see you, and you get that kill for yourself. A very good trap with this one way is that you just go here and use a flower in the water again, just like that, so it catches people off guard, and also they won't be able to escape from the left side, it still catches them. With this setup and one way, you can also use a trap on stairs, so if the enemies are pushing from the stairs, it catches them and you can go for that kill for yourself. So let's say they're coming from the left, you pop the one way and get the kill. They come from the stairs, you move to the left and get the kill. If you want more cover, use your second cage pretty casually just like that, and then you can get that kill easily from the cover for yourself. Or you can also use this passive trap here on the box just like that, so if they try to push you in the spawn, that trap catches them, and then you can again pop that second cage that I told you to win that duel for yourself. And that's it for the best Cypher setups on Lotus. Make sure to use them in your games, and use especially the broken setups to have an easier time climbing those ranks up to Radiant. Let me know what you think about this video, and also if you have any other setup that I should know about. I will be very happy to read about them and also learn them too. Also, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. It helps me grow a lot and I appreciate it. Until the next video, get out of here and climb!